Hello and welcome back to Healing with Sade. Um yeah, like thank you so much for tapping in with me. I appreciate you for being here, and I hope that you know that if you're here, it's because you were called here, probably to hear something that I have to say today. And I'm very grateful for you to be here, and I'm grateful for your overall presence and existence in this world. Thank you. So, something I want to talk about today is how if you're healing but feeling behind, I want you to listen to something that I have to say. The biggest thing you can give yourself in this life is grace. Is the ability to know that if you mess up, it's okay. You can get up and try again. If at first you don't succeed, brush yourself off and try again, okay? And I think it's super important for you to know that when it comes to healing, it is not a ladder that you're climbing up. It is more so a lake or a stream that you're constantly flowing through, and sometimes you hit rocks in this stream, sometimes you get pulled under in this stream, sometimes you're just flowing on the stream, but it's all a part of the healing process. It's all a part of getting you towards your purpose, towards your happiness, towards your peace. Because let's face it, the reason you're healing is so that you can experience peace, so that you can experience clarity. And the only way to get to peace and clarity is through grace, is through love, is through flow, is through ease. Constantly fighting against the stream and swimming upstream and constantly having resistance towards everything in your life, constantly complaining. These are things that make healing harder. These are things that make healing feel like a a job or feel like a task rather than a blessing. Being able to truly work on yourself and heal through something is a blessing. Your ancestors, they lived so that you could finally have this chance to look at yourself and reflect and change those patterns of thought and action, change those patterns of reaction, so that you can create a new pattern, a new reaction, a new stream of consciousness. So when it comes to healing, don't think that you're behind because your life isn't looking like someone else's. Instead, say, I love that that person's life looks like that. I love that that person's life looks like that. My life is continuing to grow to look like that. My life is continuing to grow to become peaceful. My You need to get clear on what you want. What do you want from your healing? Do you just want to feel appreciated? Do you want to feel more confident through healing? Do you want to feel more love through healing? Do you want to feel more peace through healing? Do you want to feel more clarity through healing? What do you want to feel through your healing process? And know that it's a stream. It's not always going to be smooth sailing. And that's okay because it's a part of the process. Also, I think it's important to know that you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to be an angel. Just because you're healing does not mean that you are someone who is a pacifist and doesn't believe in confrontation and doesn't believe in sticking up for yourself. No. Healing just means that you're working on yourself and your reaction. You're removing people from your life who make you feel less than or unworthy or unappreciated. Any type of negative emotion, because let's face it, there's only two emotions: good and bad. Good and bad. That's it. Everything else outside of that is more so fluff. You know what makes you feel good and you know what makes you feel bad. So when you're on this healing process, make sure you love yourself. Make sure you say, I'm so proud of myself for having the courage to look at myself in this way and make the choice to heal. Make the choice to heal through this trauma or this abuse or whatever it is, this chaos. You really should take the time out to remind yourself, like, wow, no one knows what I've been through but me, truly. And I really went through that and I did that. I'm still doing it. And I'm not perfect, but I've come a long way. A long way. I really want you guys to hear me when I say this too. Healing is not about I don't know, it's not about peace, rainbows, butterflies, and daffodils, right? For some people, healing actually means being comfortable with being confrontational, with using your throat chakra, with speaking up for yourself, with knowing that no one can walk over me ever again. That's some people's healing. For other people, it's the ability to not take everything personal. It's the ability to know that no matter how much you love somebody, no matter how much you try, you cannot save someone from a situation they're not ready to let go of. That could be your healing, right? Like, healing is so many different things. And in order to heal, you want to feel good within yourself, within the home that you're creating within you. And it starts with how you talk to yourself. It starts with, how do you love yourself? How do you appreciate yourself? How are you intimate with yourself? Like, seriously. And when you start thinking of all these things, you no longer will have this thought of, I'm feeling behind on my healing journey, or like, I'm feeling behind in life. Like, you start to realize, like, you're right where you need to be, and you're just so perfect the way you are, the way God intended you to be. And not just are you so perfect the way you are, but you're constantly elevating and growing and reaching new levels of wisdom and knowledge and understanding that you never knew you could even unlock. And that all comes from you slowing down, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, listening to yourself, releasing, allowing yourself to release. A big part of healing is release. People think healing is examination, and it is a little bit of that too. But also because you got to know what you're trying to release, but also the examining only needs to happen for a split second for you to be able to release it. Once you know, you can make the choice to release. And once you make the choice to release and to no longer hold on to the negative emotion that that thing was bringing to you, you feel so much lighter. You realize, like, wow. And I would love for you to call on to God, to call on to your angels when it comes to you needing to release, when it comes to you needing to bring in. I would love to ask you to call on to do what feels right for you. But what I do is I'll call on to God and I'll ask God, God, send light to me. God, send light to the parts of me that need love. Send light to the parts of me that need love, and really send light to the parts of me that are unbalanced. Whatever it is that I'm feeling, I lean into God. And the more you remind yourself every time you're fearful or unsure that you can just give it to God, your life gets better. And you become more calm, you become more clear, you become more grounded overall. So, yeah, I really, really, really love the idea of us having these conversations about, like, healing, and like healing is not, this linear journey. It's something that's just, it's an ebb and flow, you know? I'm going to be dropping another video this week, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to post a video every day this week, whether it's a short or a long form. You will be seeing my face. So get used to it and subscribe, because we're healing together. We're getting through these things together with no shame, no guilt, no judgment, okay? I love you. You got this. And thank you for being here. And I will see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.